You're listening to The Law Show on News Talk 760 WJR. Now from the Daily Law Firm PC, here's the host of The Law Show, Brian Dailey.
Welcome back to The Law Show. I am attorney Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, on News Talk 760 WJR, answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. That's 855-529-7469. And we can continue today. All you got to do is call us. If you don't want to go on the air, call us anyway and follow the prompts to leave a message. I'll get back with you right away. I handle in my area mainly injury cases and commercial litigation cases, multi-million-dollar commercial litigation cases. I have been involved in some class action matters. I have also done a lot of white-collar criminal cases defending the alleged white-collar criminals with fairly good success in the federal courts in the state of Michigan. I handle cases all over the country. I've handled cases in foreign countries, and I'd like to handle your case as well. If you've been injured in a business deal, or you've been injured by a car accident or plane accident, whatever it is, doesn't matter. If you have been accused of any sort of criminal activity, call me, Brian Dailey, right now at 855-529-7469. That number works 24 hours a day. In fact, last night at 10 p.m., I heard from a St. Patrick's Day reveler who is a previous patron of the Daily Law Firm, who is going to be another patron of the Daily Law Firm because he was calling me from the police station where they took him after he got pulled over for drinking and driving. Of course, you never want to drink and drive. But if you do that and if you cause that trouble, you want to make sure and get a great lawyer. And there is no greater lawyer than Matt Kachik in handling those kinds of matters at the Daily Law Firm. You can email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com, and you can also just call us on regular hours, and you'll get an answer right away. We're going to go back to the phones right now, and we're going to talk to Sheila. Cliff. Cliff, welcome to the Law Show.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call. You guys perform a great public service.
Thank you very much.
I guess my bottom line question is, I was involved in I'm a commercial driver. I was driving a commercial vehicle out of state, and I was ticketed for improper lane change.
What state?
And the other, Maryland.
Okay.
I live in Michigan. And I was ticketed for improper lane change, and if I'm reading the information correct, I don't have a copy of the accident report yet. I believe the other gentleman, I hope he was, because he was definitely speeding. But he was driving under suspended, no license, suspended driving privileges.
Well, what's your question for us?
How much is that going to matter? I got a April 4th. A court date, and I'm trying to decide if it's worth the 6-hour drive down to Maryland to show up in front of the judge and
Matt.
See if
Cliff has a CDL and he's got a pending ticket. Is it worth it to pursue that?
Yeah, it's most definitely worth it. The biggest mistake Cliff is making is it sounds like Cliff's trying to do this on his own without a traffic attorney. My very strong advice to you, Cliff, is find yourself a traffic specialist in the area in Maryland where you got the ticket. And if you want to call me on Monday during normal business hours, I can refer you to someone out there. But you want to find a local traffic attorney there in Maryland. And lots of times they can appear on your own behalf so you don't have to make the 6-hour trip out there to see if they can get you the functional equivalent of what we do in here in Michigan, which is keep it from going on your driving record. And where that's especially important for you, Cliff, is because you've got a CDL. It's your living and it's your livelihood. And at least here in Michigan, when there's a CDL involved, the cops and the prosecuting attorneys look at the case very closely. So my strong advice to you, Cliff, don't make the trip out there on your own. Even the playing field, make sure you get a Maryland traffic attorney, someone local in the area that knows the policies and procedures to try and keep this from going on your driving record.
Do you have a lawyer, Cliff?
I have a... Go ahead.
Do you have a lawyer? Yes?
Not yet. Not yet. I am in process of, as you say, trying to line something up down there. I just hope it works out before the April 4th deadline.
Well, you don't have much time. If you need help finding a lawyer down there that specializes in traffic cases, you just let us know. Do you know the number to call us?
Please.
It's 855 Law Show. Call us on Monday, and we'll get you to the right lawyer, okay?
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. We're going to talk to Sheila now. Sheila, welcome to the Law Show.
Yeah, my mom is in her 70s, and she got married back in 2007, and she sold her home that was free and clear in Indiana and paid cash for a house in Florida.
Okay.
With this husband. And she says that she's made a will that he can live there until he dies if she should pass before him. And I'm concerned that he's got kids and everything, that if something should happen to her, we might have a problem.
What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, well, again, I'm going to have to see the actual wording of the will in order to find out what the parameters are and see how properly it's drafted. But ultimately, if that's her life decision, if she says, well, listen, I want to have a situation here where my husband has what we call a life estate in my former marital home or the house they're living in Florida until he dies, then you may be stuck with that if that's her wish, and she may say, well, listen, even though I'm the one who bought the house in Florida because I used all my money from the place I sold in Indiana, if her desire is to ensure that her husband has a place and a roof over his head when she dies, respectfully, that's her right to do it.
There's another issue that you want to consider, and that is that how the deed is drafted. And you could figure this out on your own without even talking to your mother. Go to the clerk register of deeds down in the county where they own the home and ask for a copy of the deed. Now, it's not confidential. It's a part of the public record. And if it says that it is a home owned as joint tenants with full rights of survivorship, if your mother passes first, that entire property is going to go to your stepdad. Okay?
Yeah, and that's different from a life estate. What that's saying is they each own a 100% undivided interest. That's joint tenants with full rights of survivorship. And what that means is when she passes away, he gets the house to do whatever he wants, not just live there as long as he's alive.
And he can send you a letter and say, I didn't like you guys to begin with, and I don't like you now, and forget it. You're never coming to Florida, and you don't get a part of the house. So I know that that's hard to hear, but that's the way it is. So, my name is Brian Dailey. I'm attorney Brian. I'm founder of the Dailey Law Firm. I'm host of the Law Show, and I am answering all your legal questions. But I got to take a break until next week on Sunday at 11 a.m. when I'll be answering all your legal questions at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. Another big shout out to all of my listeners and fans for being patient with me while I was home. With our new child, Claire Marie Foster Dailey. What a great kid she is. I want to thank Matt Kachik for being on the show with me. Woo-hoo! And Mike Parsons, what a great engineer.
No, the other Mike.
Don't forget about Jenna. She's on the phones. And Rich Lizinski. Rich Lizinski.
Hey, what happened?
And I want to thank also the lovely Jill. There they are, the director of my inspiration. It's the Angel Wings. And last but not least, stay tuned for Glenn Hagee, the handyman, next for all of your handyman needs.